All right, we're just now getting started here. As we are into the bottom of the second right now, the score is 1-0 as West County scored in the first inning on a base hit and an error as St. John comes to bat here in the bottom of the second, looking to try and tie the game, get things back up and running for themselves. So leading off now is Jeff Wybrick, the first baseman. Wybrick batting .250 right now for the Dragons, looking to try and pick up a little more action here as he leads off, tries to get on. And first pitch high, fouled off. Strike one. Pitcher for West County today is number 12, Levi Lashley. Lashley with a lanky frame, right-hander. Been coming straight at him, went 1-2-3 in the first inning. And delivers the second pitch. Belt high, strike two, swinging a foul ball back. So Lashley has Bowman down right now, 0-2 with no outs and trying to lead off. Bowman trying to put something out on the field somewhere and give himself a chance. Lashley comes set. The delivery, ball high. Bowman able to hold off on that one. Pretty day here at the ballpark as it's about 66 degrees, wind blowing straight in. Pitch out outside as Bowman works the count, 2-2 with no outs in the bottom of the second. St. John coming in with 5 wins today, trying to pick up their 6th win and only their 2nd win, hopefully at home. Ball's hit sharply to third, easily fielded and thrown out, and that'll be out number 1. West County nice and smooth, gets that first out. And that brings up number 34, Sawyer Bowman. As Wybrick was out on that one. Bowman batting .242 for the Dragons. Has 8 RBIs on the season. Looking to try and help the Dragons out by getting on here. Lashley comes set, the delivery. Ball's fouled away. Lashley's right in that zone everywhere. Gets ahead of the batters really quick, as he has done so far today, at least in the first inning and in the beginning of the second inning. So Lashley sitting 0-1, 1 out. Delivers high fastball, and the count goes even, 1-1. Wind's starting to shift a little and blowing straight out to right field. Beautiful day, just a little windy, and nice pitch by Lashley. A little bit outside, though. Count goes to 2-1, giving Bowman a little bit of a, he could be a little choosy on this one. As Lashley comes set. The delivery upstairs, 3-1. So Bowman working the count after starting 0-1, gets 3 straight balls. He can afford to be choosy on this one. So he wants to sit on a fastball knee high, drive it. And that ball's outside, ball 4. So Bowman draws a walk. That's his 5th one of the season. And that brings up the catcher today, which is Maddox Sutton. Sutton batting .333 with 11 RBIs on the season. He's struck out only 6 times and only walked once, so he likes to swing, and he puts the ball in play a lot.
Up next for the Dragons, number 4, Maddox Sutton.
So Sutton looking to win the battle here against the pitcher, Lashley. As there's just 1 out, man on first. Bottom of the second. St. John Trout is they are trailing by 1 as Sutton swings and misses on the first pitch. Count goes 0-1. So as Lashley kind of digs in, gets the sign, Sutton awaits the pitch, the delivery, and pitches right knee high outside, and the count goes to 1-1. Pinch running for Bowman over there at first. Trying to give himself a little more speed here. And he's going, and that ball is hit. It was a hit and run, and it's straight up to, looks like shortstop. He's going to misplace it, but is able to catch it anyway, and that would have been an automatic out anyways on the infield rule. And that's 2 outs. As Sutton on the hit and run just pops it straight up in the air. That brings number 15 to the plate, Brody Wolk. Brody Wolk batting .213 right now with 10 RBIs on the season. He's looking to try and get on here. Brody hasn't walked. He's a free swinger this season. And a swing and a miss on the first pitch, strike one. So St. John's batter's aggressive, swinging at it right now, just not coming up solid here. So with a man on first and 2 down, the pitcher Lashley for West County kind of pulls off the rubber there, didn't like what he saw. And he comes set again. As the runner leads away, he goes, swing and a miss upstairs, and that'll be a stolen base. Nice job by Wolk protecting the batter. And he's sitting 0-2, so he's going to have to protect the plate, shorten that swing down, and tap away anything in the zone. Counts 0-2 with 2 outs. Bottom of the second. Ball's upstairs. Look for a curveball that just didn't bite. And that'll be ball 1. So the count goes to 1-2. Scoring man on second right now is the tying run of the game as West County is leading 1-0. The delivery, swing and a miss, and strike 3. Lashley sits Brody the chair, and we're off and running to the next inning. So we'll be back in a moment as we start the top of the third. The game's moving fast.
For a dining experience you won't forget, stop by Ciro's to enjoy a wide selection of delicious sandwiches, pasta, and suds, or call 573-883-5749 today and order now. Ciro's Family Restaurant, a proud sponsor of St. Genevieve Sports Broadcasting.
At Dwayne Doza Auto Body and Auto Sales, you're more than just a customer. You're family. Locally owned and proudly serving our community, we specialize in collision repair, paint work, and quality used vehicles you can trust. Honest pricing, friendly service, and craftsmanship you'll notice. Stop by today and see why locals choose Dwayne Doza Auto Body and Auto Sales. Contact them at 573-883-9996.
All right, moving into the top of the third here. Isaac Hayes hitting for West County. Hayes leadoff, shortstop, as he gets his second opportunity to bat today. Top of the third. Hayes looks in. Strike one by Bowman. Bowman gets him to pop up. Ball's going to float. And Walk's able to kind of hose that down with the wind blowing out to right as he's able to get it in. And that's out number 1. That brings up number 2, Ryder Barbie, the right fielder. Oh, Bowman from the windup with 1 out, top of the third. West County up by 1. The windup in the pitch, and that ball's low and away. Bowman from the windup in the pitch, in the dirt, as the count goes to 2-0. Going to give Barbie a chance to sit on something he wants here. St. Jude's had trouble this year getting ahead of batters, kind of giving them a buffet of opportunities. The pitch, And that ball's knee-high strike outside corner. West County coming in today with a 10-5 record, 66.7 winning percentage, and they're 5-1 on the road, 4-2. And that's going to be a hit down the right field line. He may go for 2 bases, but he's only going to get 1. Nice job by Brody Walk getting over there and cutting it off, but that will be a hit for the number 2 hitter, Barbie. And that brings up your number 3 hitter, Jess Ketcherside. Ketcherside, the catcher for West County. He's a number 3 hitter. So Bowman going to have to shake that off, try to get a ground ball or maybe a pop-up in the air. St. John's record, they've got only 5 wins. 4 of them have come all on the road. They struggle to win anything at home right now. And there's another shot down the line to left field. That's going to be cut off and thrown in, but not before it's a base hit. So 2 back-to-back hits against Bowman as West County has ducks on the pond. That brings up the number 4 hitter, Parker Terrell. Terrell, the third baseman, got the RBI last inning, or I should say in the first inning when they first started. And so Bowman starting to get himself into a pickle here with just 1 out. Looking for maybe a force out at third, second. As the runners lead away, Bowman from the stretch, checking out the signs. Comes set, taking a look over second base. He's gonna come home. That's gonna be a ball outside, so count goes to 1-0. So the runners will probably be aggressive as the wind's shifted again. Now it's straight in as it goes back and forth all over the place. Bowman comes set from the mound, looking to deliver. And he looks back to second base. No go, just let him know he's there. And the count's still 1-0. So West County's averaging about 8.7 runs a game in lieu of St. John's 5.2. And Bowman hits the batter to load it up. And now there'll be a force out at any base. And that brings up the number 5 hitter, Hunter Minton. Minton, the first baseman, has an opportunity for some RBIs here as Bowman's control's a little off right now in this inning. Started off with a pop-up, but then throwing a couple balls here and there, give up a couple hits. Now a hit batsman. As the infield will play in, try and force out at home any base's opportunity. As Bowman is going to try to roll a grounder here. He's elected to go from the windup as Minton digs in at the plate. Runners, good lead away here. Bowman from the windup. The pitch. Nice pitch right down the middle as he gets started. And Minton didn't like that call. Probably thought it was a little bit inside. So Bowman starts off 0-1. As he goes into the windup, secondary lead by the runners, and that's a check swing. And I guess he held, no appeal to the ump as Minton gets away with one. Then that's 1-1 with 1 out. Bowman gets a sign, likes what he sees, and the windup pitch. Swing and a miss, nice shot. And Bowman goes ahead. The count goes to 1-2 with 1 out. So Bowman trying to dial it in here as St. John trying to get out of a precarious situation with bases juiced. Minton's going to have to protect the plate here, put something on the ground. The pitch. And he got him looking. Strike 3 on the outside half. Minton not happy about that one, but it is what it is. And that's 2 outs as McCoy, Tristan McCoy, the center fielder for West County, comes to the plate. So Bowman looking to dig in here and kind of get himself out of a little jam as he comes from the windup and the pitch. A little off-speed pitch gets McCoy to swing and miss. Strike one. Kept that ball low. As Sutton kind of dials up a couple of pitches for Bowman. He likes what he sees and brings it home. Another off-speed pitch, swing and a miss. So count goes to 0-2. Pitcher's delight here. And with bases juiced, Bowman doesn't want to throw something too sweet. Maybe you can get him to chase something away or upstairs. And the windup of the pitch. And a nice little hit, and nice play there by the second baseman as it was a little swing and just threw his hands at the ball. Made enough contact. McCoy almost pushed that out, but Johnson was playing a little deep over there in second, was able to jump and catch it, and that's out number 3. So Bowen able to get himself out of a jam here with a little defensive help and a little pitching help from himself, and we go into the bottom of the third. St. John trailing by 1.
You're watching the SGHS Sports Stream, brought to you by Ciro's Family Restaurant. For over 30 years, Ciro's has been serving the best pizza, pasta, and suds in St. Genevieve. Grab a table, sit outside, or pre-order for curbside pickup. Ciro's Family Restaurant, downtown St. John's oldest family restaurant and a proud sponsor of SGHS Sports. Click on the QR code or go online to check out their updated menu at cirosrestaurant.com/menus.
At Dwayne Doza Auto Body and Auto Sales, you're more than just a customer. You're family. Locally owned and proudly serving our community, we specialize in collision repair, paint work, and quality used vehicles you can trust. Honest pricing, friendly service, and craftsmanship you'll notice. Stop by today and see why locals choose Dwayne Doza Auto Body and Auto Sales. Contact them at 573-883-9996.
All right, we're back at the bottom of the third. It brings up number 12, Trenton Warner. Warner, the sophomore, looking for his first opportunity to hit today. This will be his first official at bat, I should say. Well, I should say second official at bat for varsity. And first pitch is low and away, ball 1. So Warner in right field, looking to try and get a lead off here for St. John. The delivery, and that'll be strike 1. Nice pitch by Lashley. Count goes to 1-1, no outs. St. John trailing by 1. If you're just tuning in, West County was able to score in the first inning on a kind of a cascade of hits before they were able to get shut down. And just last inning, had bases juiced with 1 out. Bowman was able to pitch himself out of it. The delivery by Lashley, strike 2, knee high, right down the heart. And Warner finds himself 2-2. He's going to have to protect the plate here. Something close. He's got to put the bat on it. Lashley delivers. And a swing and a miss outside, strike 3. And Warner goes down swinging. And that brings up number 6, Colton Brace. Colton Brace batting 167. This will be his 7th at bat here. He's got 1 RBI, 3 stolen bases on the season, as he's been utilized a little bit on the base path. The delivery by Lashley, belled high outside, ball 1. Brace kind of digs in here, looking to drive something on a 1-0 pitch. The delivery, swing and a miss. That'll be strike 1. Brace looked a little offside, or off balance when he was swinging there, kind of in a little indecision. Lashley comes set. The delivery, and that'll be strike 2. So Brace in the hole here. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. St. John needs a base runner. The delivery by Lashley. That ball's upstairs, ball 2. You're looking at our St. John Sports right now. St. St. John Lady softball team is playing right now over at the other field as our other crew is announcing. Broden Kreitler and Alex Bosler, as they're covering the Lady Dragons as they're taking on the Illinois team, Chester, the Yellow Jackets. Both teams pretty matched. I think the Yellow Jackets have a few less wins than St. John. And that ball's going to be popped up to right. It may fall. It's going to be a tough one. And the right fielder's able to track it down as it just kind of died out. And that'll be out number 2. And we're back to the top of the lineup here as Johnson comes up to the bat. Johnson batting .227, has 10 RBIs. And he's walked 13 times. And Johnson looking to get on here for St. John as the leadoff. Lashley comes set as he comes from the stretch. And that ball in the dirt outside as Johnson gets ahead in the count, 1-0. Lashley's been pretty solid staying ahead of the batters. Hasn't really done much. He's only walked one batter. And he comes back with a strike outside half. Count goes to 1-1. I know the girls will be working their way into districts next week as they start a week earlier than the boys do. St. John boys play today. They have another game after this. We won't be broadcasting it, but they will be making up a game against Fredericktown that they were supposed to play yesterday. So they're in for a doubleheader tonight. So if you have nothing to do and you want to go check out some ball, come out to the ballpark. Plenty of it here as they'll be playing well into 7 o'clock tonight. That'll be 2-2 with 2 outs. Deuce is wild on the board. As Lashley comes set. The pitch. And that ball's tripped down to first base through the wickets. And that'll be an error by the first baseman. And Johnson will reach. So that brings up Connor Hill. Hill looking to try and help his team out on a 2-out rally. He's batting .255 right now with 12 RBIs. And he's walked 8 times this season. Johnson has a little speed over there at first base. So we'll see what the Dragons do here as they're at the top of their lineup. Johnson gets back quickly as Lashley lets him know, I know you're over there. We're at the bottom of the third, 2 outs. Hill at the plate, waiting for the first pitch. Johnson leads away at first, and that ball's hit straight through the gap into left field as the shortstop was playing over towards the middle and made a diving play, bounced off his glove, but that'll be a hit for Hill. And St. John has something going with first and second, and that brings up their number 3 hitter, the senior, Jeremiah Bird. Bird batting .297 with 11 RBIs, looking to pick up another one here from Johnson if he can put one out there in the field somewhere. This is the most St. John's had on the base as an opportunity so far this game. First pitch is going to be a little outside. Bird takes a ball. The count goes to 1-0. St. John with ducks on the pond trying to capitalize. Tying runs at second. And the go-ahead run is at first. The delivery. Another one outside as Lashley's not trying to give Bird too much to hit here. Bird probably looking to try and hit this to right field, give his runner a chance. The delivery, and that ball's hit straight to the shortstop, and he fields it cleanly, force out at second, and that'll take us to the 4th inning as St. John comes up with nada. We go into the top of the 4th, St. John trailing by 1 as West County comes to the plate. We'll be back in a moment.
You're watching St. Genevieve Baseball Softball on SGHS Sports Stream, home for your St. Genevieve High School Dragon sports. Brought to you by our proud sponsors, Ciro's, family owned and operated since 1989, serving the greater part of St. Genevieve with sandwiches, pasta, and suds. Also, Dwayne Doza Auto Body and Auto Sales, proudly fixing and selling cars for our community with over 100 years of combined experience. Dwayne Doza's Auto Sales. Collision needs and repairs are guaranteed.
All right, we're back to the top of the fourth here. It's just been a pretty fast game so far for St. Genevieve as Sawyer Bowman steps up to throw at the top of the fourth. West County comes to the plate. And that brings number 12, Levi Lashley, the pitcher, at the plate. Lashley drives one over to left side, down the line, foul. As he tries to help his own cause here, he needs to get on for leadoff. Lashley's been pitching a good game so far and was able to pitch himself out of a little bit of a jam last inning. At 2 men on with 2 outs. Rolled himself a force out. And Lashley hits this one straight up to center field. It's going to carry a little bit. And it's brought down easy. And that'll be out number 1. And that will bring up number 6, Seth Culkin, the left fielder. He's the number 8 hitter, as West County's at the bottom of their order here. Bowman looking to try and finish that real quick, get down to the 4th inning himself. Bowman gets a sign here as he's going to go from the windup, the delivery, and that ball's hit hard. And it's caught by the shortstop. He's going to make a throw, and nice job by the shortstop. Good clean catch, good throw, and that'll be out. Number 1. So with 2 outs, and looked like a little bit of an injury here from West County as he was running through first base. He kind of twisted his ankle as he was trying to beat the throw and tripped on the base. And he's going to walk it off here. But he is a little bit injured. And they're going to call a little bit of a timeout, see if he's okay. He's just going to, looks like a little bit of a stinger there. And that'll bring up the number 9 batter, Alex Garza. Garza, the second baseman. And with 2 outs, Bowman looking to try and get himself out of this inning and get his offense back on the field here.
Number 18, Alex Garza.
Well, Garza digs in as Bowman sets with a sign from the windup, the delivery. A little inside, ball 1. St. Gen right now 5-10, 1-7 at home, looking to try and pick up a win. And that'll be ball number 2 as it's in the dirt and the backstop. So the count goes to 2-0, favorable for Garza, who can sit on something sweet here. St. Gen's record's 4-3 away. They've allowed 8.8 runs a game, and they've only scored 5.2 runs a game. Not the best combination if you're wanting to have a winning season. But they've been definitely trying to figure out their personnel and who their pitching is and trying to clean up some of the errors as they've got a couple injuries right now with some of their players. The delivery, and Bowman works his way back to 2-2 count with 2 strikes, 2 balls, and 2 outs. Deuces are wild on the board as Bowman looks for a sign. He gets it and delivers. Strike 3 as he gets him looking on that outside half. And that'll be strike 3 as we go into the end of the inning. Bowman rolls Garza a chair, and we will be back to start the bottom of the 4th as St. Gen comes to the plate.
It takes a community to build a great team, and that's why we are so proud to partner with Ciro's Family Restaurant, a downtown tradition for over 30 years. Ciro's is the perfect place to celebrate a win or just grab a great meal. From their famous pizzas to fantastic pasta and savory sandwiches, they've got all the fuel you need to get loud for the Dragons. Dine in, outdoor seating, or curbside pickup, however you want it. Ciro's delivers. Ciro's Family Restaurant, our sponsor and your spot for great food. Click on the QR code or go online to check out their updated menu at cirosrestaurant.com/menus.
All right, we're coming to the bottom of the fourth here. St. John's lineup. Number 11, Jet Wybrick will come to the plate, batting .250. Wybrick with 10 RBIs and 9 or 6 walks on the season, looking to try and get on. He's got 12 stolen bases, so he would definitely be a pleasant surprise out there on the base path as he tries to lead off and get on.
Leading off the bottom of the fourth for the Dragons, number 11, Jet Wybrick.
If you're just tuning in, St. John trails by 1. They gave up a run in the first inning, but they've been pretty solid since then. The delivery, and that ball's popped straight back. Lashley's been pretty good at getting in front of the batters, as he's usually ahead in the count, as he is right now, 0-1 with no outs. Bottom of the fourth, Wybrick settles in. Ball up, the count goes back to 1. So 1-1 right now. St. John desperate for a base runner here to get something going. They stranded 2 last inning. The delivery and a swing and a miss by Wybrick. A nice cut. And Lashley's ahead of the count again. Counts 1-2, no outs. Bottom of the fourth, St. John looking to try and tie the game here. Ball upstairs. As the count goes back to 2-2 even. So with deuces wild, pitcher's choice. The delivery, swing and a miss, strike 3 by Wybrick. And Lashley rolls him a chair. That brings up number 34, Sawyer Bowman. Bowman, the pitcher right now, batting .242 with 8 RBIs, trying to help his cause as he tries to get on base here. Lashley not doing him any favors as he comes set. The delivery, ball upstairs, and Bowman's ahead of the count. Lashley with an interesting set. He pitches straight from the stretch. Not much of a windup. And a swing and a foul ball back. Count goes back to 1-1 with 1 out. If you're just tuning in, St. John plays another one after this. We won't be broadcasting it, but they will be playing Fredericktown. As St. John looking to try and pick up a win. Pretty favorable in their case. I don't think Fredericktown has won a game this season. And the majority of their games, they've been usually 10-run. Not been a strong season for them, and I'm sure it's been a long road. As Bowman swings and misses at that last one. Count goes to 1-2. The delivery. That ball's hit up in the air. Foul and back as he's hanging tough, but the count's still in favor of the pitcher. 1-2 with 1 out. Wind's blowing a little bit out again as it shifted over to right field. We'll see what Bowman does here when 1-2 count. The delivery. Ball's upstairs. Pretty close. Belt high. And the count goes to 2-2. Sawyer trying to reach here to help his team out. St. John needs a runner. The delivery, ball's fouled away upstairs as he's fighting it off. And Bowman getting a little comfortable in the batter's box here. Count goes to 2-2. They say the longer a batter's in there swinging away, the more comfortable they get, the tougher it is to get them out. The delivery. And ball upstairs. The count goes to full. So the count 3-2 with one out. St. John trying to make something happen here. Sawyer Bowman up. The payoff pitch. That ball's hit off the nub right to the first baseman. He kind of bobbles it, but he's able to re-get it again, and that's out number 2. So Bowman a little bit out in front, kind of tops that thing. Does a little spin, and that's out number 2 as Lashley faces Maddox Sutton. Sutton batting .333 with 11 RBIs. Looking to get on here, has a little speed. The delivery by Lashley, and that'll be strike number 1, outside half, knee high, and the count goes to 0-1. Lashley still good, staying ahead of the count as he comes set again. The pitch. Look for a little curveball, fell short, ball 1 as Sutton wasn't fooled. Let it kind of die out in front of the plate. So Sutton digs in the back of the plate here, and that'll be strike 2, belt high, as he didn't like that call. And the count goes to 1-2 with 2 outs. Sutton's going to have to protect the plate here as he spreads his legs out. And a swing and a foul ball as he fights it off. Lashley doesn't have to be too specific here with the ball as he's ahead of the count. Might try to get Sutton to chase. Lashley comes set. The delivery. That ball's up in the air, hit by Sutton high. It's going to carry, but not far enough as the left fielder brings it in, and that'll be out number 3. We go to the top of the 5th. West County leading by 1. We'll be back in a moment.
For a dining experience you won't forget, stop by Ciro's to enjoy a wide selection of delicious sandwiches, pasta, and suds, or call 573-883-5749 today and order now. Ciro's Family Restaurant, a proud sponsor of St. Genevieve Sports Broadcasting.
All right, coming back into the game here with St. John Dragons taking on the West County Bulldogs. Who at the top of the 5th, as Sawyer Bowman's been throwing a pretty solid game so far. And the defense has helped them out. As St. John's playing a pretty decent game so far. They just haven't been able to offensively put something together against the pitcher, Levi Lashley. So that brings up the leadoff in number 14, Isaac Hayes, the shortstop. So top of the order here, as they've been pretty productive as far as getting hits and getting on base. They just haven't been able to convert much. And Bowman with the first pitch inside, that'll be ball 1. 5th innings when St. John's struggles a little bit with staying ahead of the batters. Bowman from the windup, the delivery. Nice pitch inside. Strike 1. So the count goes to 1-1 as West County leads this game 1-0 as they scored in the first inning. The delivery, ball low, it's a little dip. Oh, and out of the hands of the first baseman as Hayes kind of nubs one over to right field. Very catchable. And unfortunately, number 11, Wybrick can't come down with it. As he had a beat on it, it was kind of going away from him. And I know that's got to make Bowman a little frustrated as the count goes to 1-2. So with the count 1-2, Bowman from the windup, the pitch. Gets him to ground it. It's going to be a tough hop for the shortstop. He comes up hard, throws him out, and that's out number 1. So nice job there by St. John to get the out.
Up next for the Bulldogs, number 1, Ryder Barbie.
So Hill was able to throw it out for St. John. He's had a pretty solid game over there at shortstop today. Made a pretty good play here and there, and another one on that one. And Bowman starts off 1-0 against the number 2 hitter, Barbie. Barbie hit the ball last time up over to right field. And he's been having a pretty good game today, him and catcher side. So Barbie steps in, kind of up in the front of the plate as Bowman delivers. Ball low and away. So with the number 2 hitter, Bowman gets behind here, 2-0. And Barbie gets to pick whatever he wants on this one. The delivery, and that'll be ball 3. So sitting 3-0 here. Bowman doesn't want to put him on here with a number 3 and 4 hitter up. And that ball's in the dirt, ball 4. So 4 straight balls for Bowman. And that brings up the number 3 hitter, Jess Ketcherside. Ketcherside with a base hit over to left field last inning. As him and Barbie put together a little bit of a rally, but wasn't able to convert. So Ketcherside digs in. With 1 out, Bowman's going to have to lock it in here. Barbie has a little speed over there at first base. The delivery. That ball's hit straight at Johnson. He's able to hit 1 and 2, and a double play between Johnson and Connor Hill over to Wybrick. Nice job. And Bowman able to pitch himself out of that one. And 1, 2, 3. As St. John takes care of 1, 2, and 3 at the top of the order for West County as they go to the plate. They'll be down at the bottom of their order. We're going to the bottom of the 5th. St. John trailing by 1. We'll be back in a moment.
You're watching St. Genevieve Baseball Softball on SGHS Sports Stream. Home for your St. Genevieve High School Dragon Sports. Brought to you by our proud sponsors, Ciro's. Family owned and operated since 1989, serving the greater part of St. Genevieve with sandwiches, pasta, and suds. Also, Dwayne Doza Auto Body and Auto Sales, proudly fixing and selling cars for our community with over 100 years of combined experience. Dwayne Doza's Auto Sales. Collision needs and repairs are guaranteed.
Now we're coming back to start the bottom of the 5th. You're watching the SGHS Sports Stream, brought to you by Ciro's Family Restaurant. For over 30 years, Ciro's has been serving up the best pizza, pasta, and suds in St. John. Grab a table, sit outside, or pre-order your curbside pickup. Ciro's Family Restaurant, downtown St. John's oldest family restaurant, a proud supporter of SGHS Sports. Click on the QR code or go online to check out their updated menu at cirosrestaurant.com/menus. So we appreciate them as a sponsor, and always a good time going over there to eat. St. John looking to try and pick up their 5th or 6th win of the season, and their 2nd one at home. They are scoreless as of right now going into the bottom of the 5th, as number 15, Brody Woke, will come to the plate for St. John. Woke batting .213, has some speed, looking to try and get on as a leadoff. As St. John's 7, 8, and 9 come to the plate. Woke, the center fielder, Struck out last at bat, went down swinging hard. Lashley comes set for West County and delivers. And that ball's hit straight up over to left field. It's going to hold, and it's going to drift a little, and the left fielder is able to come in and make the catch in a very shallow left field, and that's out number 1. Last at bat. Lashley comes set. The delivery, swing and a miss by Brace. Strike 1. So with 2 outs, fairly quickly, and the count's 0-1. Lashley comes set in the delivery. The ball's low and away, ball 1. So the count's 1-1 with 2 outs. Lashley delivers. Nice pitch, belt high fastball. And the count goes to 1-2. That ball's hit to the right side. It's on the ground, fielded by the second baseman, and it's a easy step and rip. So with 3 outs, we go to the top of the 6th. St. John trailing as the guest. West County leads by 1. We'll go to the top of the 6th coming up soon.
Located right here in St. Genevieve, Dwayne Doza Auto Body and Auto Sales is a trusted name when it comes to keeping your vehicle looking and running its best. Known throughout the community for quality work and reliable service, Dwayne Doza and his team specialize in auto body repair, helping restore vehicles after accidents and bringing them back to life with expert care and attention to detail. But it doesn't stop there. At Dwayne Doza Auto Sales, you can also find a selection of dependable used vehicles, giving customers a chance to find the right car at the right price. What really sets them apart is their commitment to customers. With honest service, strong local roots, and years of experience, they've built a reputation people in St. Genevieve can count on. Whether you need repairs or you're searching for your next vehicle, Dwayne Doza Auto Body and Auto Sales is ready to help. Stop by and see why it's a go-to spot for drivers in the area.
All right, we're back. Start the top of the 6th. This has been a quick game. It's a battle of pitchers right now as the bats have been silent for both teams, or at least in the early innings, neither team were able to capitalize on the opportunities they had when they had runners on base.
Leading off the top of the 6th for the Bulldogs, number 7, Parker Farrell.
So that brings up the number 4 hitter, Parker Thorell, the third baseman. Bowman gets the sign and delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Little off-speed pitch. This Bowman can vary his speed up a little bit here and there. And the count goes to 0-1. Number 4 hitter up. Tagged the ball a couple times, but not much to show for it. And he'll foul that one away as Bowman gets ahead of the count, 0-2. So with Bowman, opportunity here. Doesn't have to throw anything too pretty. It's from the windup and the delivery. Ball outside. West County looking for a leadoff here to get on. St. John has other ideas. Count goes to 1-2 as the wind seems to blow straight in from center field right now. The delivery. And that ball's hit off the pitcher's glove right back up the middle, and that'll be a base hit as a laser was hit right up the middle. So on a 1-2 pitch, number 4 hitter, Thorell, gets a base hit up the middle. And so with no outs, we got a man on. Number 5 hitter, Hunter Minton, the first baseman, will come to bat.
Up next for the Bulldogs, number 13, Hunter Minton.
And we'll see what the coach dials up here for West County with a man on first. And number 5 hitter, 0-0 count. Bowman checks the runner. Comes set and pitches home. That ball's hit hard to shortstop. Hill fluidly gets it. Nice pitch there by Johnson. And the force out at second. as the runner was able to outrun the ball. So nice effort there by Hill and Johnson, but not able to get the speedy Minter. So it was Minton. So Minton's able to reach, and Tristan McCoy will come up. He's the number 6 hitter for West County. So Minton has some wheels. Ball's hit straight back as Bowman gets ahead of the count, 0-1 with 1 out. Top of the 6th, the St. John Trails looking to try and minimize the damage here right now as West County with a man on, only 1 out, trying to make something happen here. So McCoy, the number 6 hitter, comes set, and the runner goes. Ball's in the dirt and goes into center field, but that's about all they're going to get, and that's going to be a base stolen there by Minton, and that puts West County in a better position here. So with a count 1-1 with 1 out, and a pretty fast runner on second base, McCoy just needs to try and hit the ball to the right side. So Bowman gets the sign, checks the runner, delivers. That ball's hit. It's going to be in the gap. They're going to send him. And the throw to home is going to be short. The runner will extend over to second, and that'll be an RBI. So a good piece of hitting there by McCoy as he's able to get Minton in from second base. And McCoy takes advantage of the throw as it misses the cutoff. And the pitcher, Lashley, will come to the plate. Lashley looking to try and help his cause as his team goes ahead by 2 runs with another potential RBI run over at second. The delivery, ball outside. Bowman a little frustrated with the run, and who can't blame him. He comes set here. The pitch. Off-speed pitch inside, but Lashley lays off. And the count goes to 2-0 with 1 out. Lashley can really dig in here, or he can just let it go. Whatever he feels comfortable with. McCoy leads away from second. The delivery, ball in the dirt, and the count goes to 3-0. Bowman a little frustrated as he's fallen behind on the hitter. McCoy leads away. The delivery, knee-high fastball, strike. So the count goes to 3-1 with 1 out. The delivery, and that ball's not going to make it. And Lashley walks to first as the coach calls timeout to go talk to the pitcher as West County put a few ducks on the pond here. And McDaniel looking to try and change the pace by calling a little bit of a timeout here and regrouping the troops. No doubt kind of running over some potential opportunity on what could happen on defensively. Try and keep any more runs from scoring. St. John will be at the top of the order coming up, and they need to make do on it. They're not going to get another chance if it goes to the 7th. Bowman's pitched to beauty right now so far, but getting ahead of the runner has not been, or the batter has not been our strong suit when we start getting deeper into the innings. A few little mistakes here and there. So with runners at first and second and just 1 out, that brings up the number 8 hitter, Seth Culkin. St. John wants to get out the number 8 and 9 hitter. Last thing they want to do is face the top of the lineup of West County. So with runners in first and second, Seth Culkin settles in. The delivery, nice pitch by Bowman as he comes back with a fastball outside. And the count's 0-1. St. John trailing by 2 as they gave up an RBI this inning. It's still going. The delivery, off-speed pitch, wasn't able to get him to chase. Culkin settled in, first and second. Counts 1-1 with 1 out. Bowman delivers a fastball belt high. And the count goes to 1-2. Culkin's going to have to shorten up his stroke here, make contact with the ball on the ground if he wants to give West County an opportunity. Wind's starting to shift, and there's a stolen base, fouled. Nice job there by the runner as Bowman's not checking the runner, and that time he just took off. He would have been standing up. Probably would have scored if it had been a base hit. It looked like it might have been a double steal after that. So Bowman, 1-2 count with 1 out. See if he makes an adjustment here after that. He does look this time, looks again, delivers. That ball's hit off his, nice there by, and that'll be a double play as Bowman's able to jam the hitter, and then he comes up, makes the catch. The runner gets stuck, and he throws him out to Hill and gets himself out of the inning, but not before 1 run is scored, and St. John's falling behind 2-0, and we go to the bottom of the 6th. Top of the lineup coming up, the best opportunity. We'll be back.
At Dwayne Doza Auto Body and Auto Sales, you're more than just a customer. You're family. Locally owned and proudly serving our community, we specialize in collision repair, paint work, and quality used vehicles you can trust. Honest pricing, friendly service, and craftsmanship you'll notice. Stop by today and see why locals choose Dwayne Doza Auto Body and Auto Sales. Contact them at 573-883-9996.
We're coming back to the bottom of the 6th. Hey, when an accident happens, you don't just need a mechanic, you need a team that knows the game. At Dwayne Doza Auto Body, we bring over a century of combined experience to every repair. We're certified and approved for all insurance needs, and we specialize in taking the stress out of the process. Dealing with a high deductible, we're here to help you. You'd save 50 to 100% on those out-of-pocket costs. From full-service collision repair to our brand-new mobile glass service, all our work is 100% guaranteed. Don't get sidelined by a damaged vehicle. Call 573-883-9996 for a quote, or visit at 590 St. Gen Drive right here in St. Genevieve. Dwayne Doza Auto Body will get you back in the driver's seat. And in the driver's seat right now is Johnson, the leadoff for St. Gen. Johnson looking to get on here with a 227 average, but he leads the team in walks with 13. And he shows bunt, pulls back, strike. Lashley getting ahead as he's been pretty consistent so far today. 0-1 with no outs. The delivery, curveball, strike. And the count goes to 0-2. So Dominic looking to try and get on here as Lashley comes set and ahead of the count. The delivery, that ball's fouled away. Lashley been pretty solid. Hadn't thrown that many pitches. He's stayed in the zone and not really gotten into trouble. The third inning might have been one of those he had 2 men on, but that was it. He pitched his way out of that. He delivers, and that'll be a swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch. Johnson goes down. And so out number 1 for St. Gen as that brings up number 14, Connor Hill. Hill batting .255, looking to try and get on here. Has some wheels and has had a pretty good game defensively today. See if he can translate that into offense as he looks to try and get on. St. Gen trailing by 2, and they're running out of time. It's the bottom of the 6th. Lashley comes set and delivers. That ball's hit. It's on the ground, backhanded by the second baseman and thrown out. Out number 2 as Hill goes down swinging. Gets thrown out, and that brings our number 3 hitter to the plate, Jeremiah Bird. Bird, one of the leading hitters on the team, batting .297 right now with 11 RBIs. He's only walked 5 times. He's looking to try and get on to help his team out. Lashley gets the sign, comes set and delivers. That ball's hit by Bird, and it's going to fly over the shortstop's hands, and that'll be a base hit as Bird picks up a single. That brings to the plate Jet Wybrick. Jet batting .250 right now with 10 RBIs. Represents technically the tying run at the plate. So Bird with 2 outs leads away. Lashley comes set, swing and a miss by Wybrick. All of St. John's opportunities come with 2 outs with men on. Wybrick hits that one to center field, and the center fielder almost underran it as he came up hard and had to stop immediately, but he caught it, and that's out number 3. We're going to go to the top of the 7th. St. John trailing by 2 as we go into the end of this game. We'll see what happens. We'll be back in a moment.
For a dining experience you won't forget, stop by Ciro's to enjoy a wide selection of delicious sandwiches, pasta, and suds, or call 573-883-5749 today and order now. Ciro's Family Restaurant, a proud sponsor of St. Genevieve Sports Broadcasting.
All right, we're here at the top of the 7th. St. John trailing by 2. And it's not outside the realm of possibility. St. John puts on a little bit of a display, usually when their backs are against the wall. Let's see how they do here. Bowman's pitched a pretty good game so far, only giving up 2 runs, and they are earned. West County scored in the first inning and then again last inning. Top of their order up. Well, going to be top of their order, number 9 hitter Alex Garza. Swing and a miss here, the number 9 hitter. Then they get back to 1, 2, and 3. Bowman looking to try and get an out here. A 1 pitch. The ball's hit solid. Nice play by the third baseman, Bird. He comes up hard, and that'll be out number 1 for Garza. Man, nice play by Bird. Diving play, come up on the knee. And good throw.
Up next for the Bulldogs, number 14, Isaac Hayes.
So that brings up the number 1 hitter right now. Isaac Hayes, the shortstop. With 1 out, down by 2. Bowman looking to try and end the order here. The delivery, the ball's fouled up. It's not going to stay in play as he goes out. And that's strike number 1. Pretty solid effort by both teams today. And this is probably some of the best defense I've seen St. John play this season so far. Bowman from the windup. The delivery to Hayes. Ball outside. So the count goes to 1-1 with 1 out. windup and the pitch. That ball's hit right back up the middle. And that'll be a base hit as we go with the number 2 hitter coming up here. He's been pretty solid, Ryder Barbie. Him and catcher side were the pretty solid tandem today on the hitting.
Up next for the Bulldogs, number 1, Ryder Barbie.
So Hayes will lead away from first base. The leadoff got a little speed as Barbie, the number 2 hitter, digs in. Bowman comes set, throws, ball upstairs. If you're just tuning in or picking up, we had a little technical difficulty at the beginning, but St. John gave up a run in the first and then gave a run up last inning. Hayes leads away, looks aggressive. Ball low as the count goes to 2-0. Bowman not happy. We're going deep into the 7th inning. Bowman needs to get ahead here. So 2-0 pitch. 1 out. The delivery. Snap back to first. Not in time as Sutton keeps the runner honest. And the count goes to 3-0. Bowman's going to have to lock in here. So 3-0 count as Hayes leads away. Look, bunt, pulled back, strike 1. So the count goes to 3-1 with 1 out. And looks like the wind blowing back in again. Temperatures dropped a little bit since the start of the game, maybe around 61 degrees. Swing and a miss. And the count goes to full. So 3-2 count with 1 out. St. John trailing by 2. And they don't need West County putting any more runs on the board here. Bowman trying to pitch himself out of a hole here. And from the stretch, the payoff pitch, he goes, and the ball's hit and fouled off. And we'll play it again. So the runner gets back. Coach gives the signs over there. And Barbie steps back in. We'll see if Hayes goes again. So the 3-2 count, 1 out. Top of the 7th. St. John trailing by 2. The delivery. And the ball's inside as the runner was going. And that's ball 3. That brings up the number 3 hitter, Jess Ketcherside. Ketcherside had a base hit last time up. He's been solid today. And that'll be a timeout by Coach McDaniel. He's going to talk it over and see what he wants to do here. Bowman's pitched a good one so far, but it looks like he's going to go in with a reliever, try and change things up a little bit. And they're going to switch him up a little bit. Bowman's going to go to right field. And Johnson, it looks like, is going to come in. And Warner, the right fielder, is going to take his position over at second as they kind of shift their gloves up. So Warner will move into second as Bowman goes to right field. And Johnson comes in. Might actually pick up a win if he can shut things down here, and then they somehow get 3 runs in the next inning. We'll be back in a moment. All right, so Dominic Johnson will come in to try and shut things down here at the top of the 7th. With 1 out as Bowman went to right field. Warner, who was in right field, now at second. And Johnson faces off here against catcher side, the number 3 hitter. The delivery, and ball low. So catcher side sitting 1-0. It's Johnson, the new pitcher, coming into relief. Tough position for him. He's got to find the zone fast. Johnson looks the runner over. The delivery. Ball's hit back to Johnson. He goes to 2. Oh, and he kind of dropped it, but they were able to get the force out anyway, as Johnson kind of lightly threw it over there and didn't put any pepper on it. And now we've got him on the corners, 1st and 3rd with 2 outs. That brings up the number 4 hitter. So Parker Thorell, the 3rd baseman, hit a laser back up the middle last time up on Bowman. Almost took his head off as he was able to get his glove on it, but not enough to stop it. So Thorell looking to try and pick up an RBI here. Johnson has other ideas. And that ball's hit down the line, foul. And Johnson starts off with a strike. So the count goes to 0-1 with 2 outs, top of the 7th. St. John trailing by 2. And Thorell, the number 4 hitter, looking to try and reach with an RBI sitting on 3rd. The delivery. And he hits the batter on a curveball that just didn't curve. And that will be bases juiced here for Johnson. That brings up Hunter Minton, number 5 hitter. And they're going to switch out a pinch runner over there at second. As I imagine if there's a play, they're going to make it stretch. And Minton comes up with the bases juiced. Force at any play. Force out, I should say, at any base right now. As Johnson looks to try and end the inning. Johnson comes set and delivers. Ball upstairs. So West County putting a little pressure on here in the top of the 7th. 2 outs. Johnson gets the sign he likes, delivers, and that ball's fouled away. And the count goes even, 1-1. So oddly enough, none of the pitchers this year have come in and picked up a save for St. John. They've all been either wins or losses. Johnson delivers. Ball upstairs. And the count goes to 2-1 as Minton steps up and looks to try and pick himself up an RBI or 2 here. He can get an RBI with a walk, too. So the count goes to 2-1. Johnson's going to have to lock in. He delivers. Strike. Knee-high fastball on the outside half. Minton didn't like that one. So the count goes to 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces wild on the board. Johnson doesn't have to be too picky here. He could try to get him to chase. As he gets the sign and delivers. Ooh, that ball was close, but no cigar. And the count will go to 3-2. So with bases juiced, 3-2 count. Something's got to give on this pitch. As Minton digs in. Johnson gets the sign. Comes set. The payoff pitch. Fouled away. And we'll do it again. A lot riding on this one. There's a big difference going into the bottom of the 7th. Down by 2 or down by 4. Johnson comes set. The delivery. That ball's hit hard into left field. He's going to send the runner. The throw is cut off by the shortstop. And that'll be 2 runs. So Minton comes in and is able to capitalize. So with second and third,
Number 8, Tristan McCoy.
that brings up the number 6 hitter, Tristan McCoy, the center fielder. McCoy reached last game, or last at bat, I should say, as one of the reasons they scored their run, the delivery, and that ball's hit up in the air to right field. Bowman's got a beat on it, and it's going to sail out of bounds. So foul. And we'll do it again. Bowman just lacked the speed to get there. So Johnson will have to dial something up again to McCoy. St. John defensively has played one of their better games. Johnson comes set, delivers, curveball, topped off the end of the bat as McCoy swings and fouls it off. And the count goes to 0-2. So West County putting together a little bit here. A string of hits. And with the score 4-0, Johnson trying to minimize the damage now. 0-2 count. Delivered to McCoy. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 as Johnson sits him a chair. And St. John will go into the bottom of the 7th. Down by 4. We'll be back.
You're watching St. Genevieve Baseball Softball on SGHS Sports Stream. Home for your St. Genevieve High School Dragon Sports. Brought to you by our proud sponsors, Ciro's. Family owned and operated since 1989, serving the greater part of St. Genevieve with sandwiches, pasta, and suds. Also, Dwayne Doza Auto Body and Auto Sales, proudly fixing and selling cars for our community with over 100 years of combined experience. Dwayne Doza's Auto Sales. Collision needs and repairs are guaranteed.